my name is Sofia Ehrich, and I'm an art historian, academic researcher, and curator of multisensory experiences. I spent the last 3 years working on Odoropa, a project dedicated to olfactory heritage, which left me forever curious about the sense of smell. It is my pleasure to welcome you as the host of the Internet of Senses podcast for the sense of smell. And today I have Katie Boateng with me. Thank you for being here, Katie.
Yeah, thank
And
you for having me.
so Katie Boateng is an acquired anosmic and has personal experience living with complete smell loss since 2009, so for 14 years. Katie founded the Smell podcast, which she launched in August 2018 to share patient stories, scientific research, and news about the world of smell. Katie has hosted and recorded over 100 interviews with a diverse range of patients and leading researchers and clinicians in the chemosensory sciences. She's a co-founder, board member, and president of the Smell and Taste Association of North America, so that's STANA, and a PCORI ambassador and a member of the Patient Advocacy Committee of the Global Consortium of Chemosensory Researchers. She also serves as a Fifth Sense ambassador. Very, very impressive. And I'm also so impressed by 100 interviews on your
Thank you.
podcast. So
Yeah,
congratulations
thank you.
on that. So welcome to the podcast and thank you for being here today again. And before we start, can you just maybe introduce yourself also in maybe a less formal way than I just did?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just thinking there's so many acronyms in there, right?
Yeah.
So my name's Katie Boateng. Actually, you did awesome at pronouncing my last name, so that was awesome. Thank you so much. I live in Cypress, Texas, so it's a suburb of Houston. I've only been here a little bit over a year with my husband and my son. As you mentioned, I'm pretty involved in the chemosensory world. Those of you listening who may not be familiar, chemosensory meaning like smell, taste, chemesthesis, those types of things. And we'll talk about why I'm so invested in this space throughout the podcast. But I am a person who has anosmia due to an upper respiratory infection during my first year of college. So that's a little bit about me.
Thank you. So then let's jump in. Can you start by explaining your personal journey to a professional and personal life dedicated to chemosensory research? And thank you for defining that also. And of course, the sense of smell in particular.
Absolutely. So I'm definitely not a scientific researcher, but I guess I could consider myself now like a patient researcher and definitely a patient advocate. And I'm deeply invested in providing more research opportunities for people who are affected by smell and taste dysfunction. I mentioned that I became anosmic back in 2009 due to an upper respiratory infection during my first year of college. So I was really ill. And everyone knows that when you're sick, you don't taste your food as well, you don't appreciate it as much, and you're not smelling things as you normally do. But you also know it's going to go away. It's going to come back, right? For me, it never came back. And so that was something that was unexpected, and I didn't know that that could happen to people. It was the spring of 2009, and I had been sick over that winter break between semesters. And I just realized one morning that I didn't have a sense of smell anymore. I had a roommate who was spraying like a cleaning bleach spray, which should smell really strong, while I was having my breakfast cereal. And I was like, hey, don't do that right now. I'm eating. And then the second thought that popped into my head was like, wait a second, I actually don't smell that. And so that's kind of where my journey started as I realized that my sense of smell hadn't come back after I'd been sick. And so I started off by going to the doctor and things like that. But there's just so little research and so few scientific studies that are focused on smell dysfunction and how to fix it. So I've become a person who's dedicated to changing that landscape for everyone who's affected because we deserve better.